We're gonna hang it up here, and guests, you can actually head into the church and take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually always wanted to be a tour guide. I love history and I love Boston. And I know some of the other tour companies, you have to have a history degree or you have to have an actor's equity card. So Boston by Foot was actually a perfect opportunity for me since it's volunteer and it doesn't require any of those things to sort of get my foot in the door of historic tour guiding.
Hi, I'm Ted Tsai. I'm one of the graduating class of 2025. And I'm going to be doing the Road to Revolution tour. And I decided to do that in anticipation of the 250th anniversary of the country next year. Although clearly a lot of the 250th anniversaries were this year in Boston.
I came to find Boston by Foot. I've done tours in the past, love doing it. So when I moved to Boston, I just did a good Google search of Boston tours, and they were the first ones to pop up.
So I came to volunteer at Boston by Foot because an old colleague of mine was one of the original Boston by Footers, I guess, Peggy Body, and I always remembered her talking about it, and I thought it was a perfect time for me to join the ranks, explore Boston more, and it's the center of the universe, so why wouldn't I?
My name is Shamil Ibragimov. We moved with my wife Gulnara, we moved to Boston last year in July 2024. And when we moved, we realized that we want to contribute to this community somehow and decided to find some volunteering options. And Boston by Foot is an ideal option for us because we can volunteering and at the same time we can learn a lot about this city, the city that I love so much. So that is why, like, how we end up with the Boston by Foot and decided to stay and take this commitment.
Yeah, I work at City Hall, and I came across this document once that explained like the architectural resources of City Hall, and I thought to myself, this would make a really good document for a tour of City Hall. So I Googled Boston City Hall tour, and I came across Boston by Foot, which already had a City Hall tour, so I knew it was perfect.
I came to volunteer at Boston by Foot because I had been on 3 BBF tours, and they were so well done, and they opened the doors of this beautiful city to me in a new way. So I thought, why don't I learn more about Boston's history so that I can do the same?
The training process has been super in-depth, and I have a really good personalized one-on-one mentor, so I've been learning everything I possibly can, and it's been very, very attainable.
I've really enjoyed my training. It's very intense. I've compared it to a perhaps 2 or 3 credit college course, and I appreciate the rigor with which Boston by Foot administers the program.
I was in Group C, and our training was wonderful. However, every single week it was 20 degrees, maybe exaggerating, rainy, cold, sometimes snowing, but it was nerve-wracking. It was very fun, and I loved my group. So we had a really good time despite the weather.
Guide training was awesome. The thing that I was kind of not expecting that I loved was kind of how much opportunity there was to actually practice speaking. I mean, that's the most important part about being a tour guide, is feeling comfortable speaking in front of other people. And that was what we learned so much of and got to practice so much of as part of training.
We had fantastic instructors, and the overall program is so well designed that you just have to read materials that are well prepared, and you have this freedom, you know, like, to build on top of that from your own perspective. For example, in my case, it was the perspective of, you know, like former Soviet Union, Central Asia, Russia, and so on. So, yeah, I mean, like, the program is really well structured, and it seems like the team made a huge work, and that sense.
Oh, I thought the training was excellent, especially the tour guide worksheet where we were able to put together thematic themes of the different stops that we were working on. I thought that was very helpful, and having a little cohort of people to go through it with you was really great.
The training was difficult because it rained every Saturday, so that we had to be out in cold, wet weather, learning how to become guides. But in the process, we became friends with each other. And that was one of the biggest gifts of BBF so far, is meeting different people, all of whom got along very well, and who I think have established friendships of one kind or another.
Thank you all for joining us on this very happy occasion as we officially welcome a new class of volunteers to Boston By Foot. Graduates, congratulations.
I would like to wish all the graduate tour guides perfect weather, no rain, but overall just really happy guests and a great time leading the tours.
I think the big thing I took away, and I would encourage others, is that curiosity, right? I mean, I learn new things about my tour every day. I'm constantly thinking about different ways to present information, and that kind of curiosity means my tour will never be finished, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, well, I think enjoy the experience. We've been through an intense period of training, preparing to give tours. So now this is our opportunity to actually give these tours. And I think I'm looking forward to it. I don't really know what to anticipate from the tourees. I'm sure it'll be a learning experience, and I'll learn even more about the subject matter as questions arise.
I would like to wish the graduating class of 2025 a cake and actually more time seeing each other and collaborating and being part of the community. Best of luck with the warm days and the wet days, and I can't wait to see where we're all at next year's graduation.
Well, I wish all of us to have good people around us.
I hope that all the guides feel relaxed and love the work of introducing our beautiful city to people who are curious about it.
Congratulations. It's exciting to see all of our hard work pay off, and I'm really excited to take tours with all of you.
Yeah, I just would wish for them to have as much fun doing this as I have, because it has been a great time. I've met so many wonderful people. I've learned so much. And kind of the really fun thing, once you kind of get into it as a guide, you'll be out and about and you'll see other Boston by Foot guides leading groups. And it's always just so much fun to be like, oh my God, hi, I know you. You know, like, I hope you're having a great time. So really the community aspect, I hope everybody takes full advantage of that and just makes and keeps a lot of really good friends.
And
Come explore
Boston
By Boston.
By Foot.